What's going on, y'all? It's J Small Reviews here, back at it again with another video. A day later than I'd like to get this one out, truth be told. Wanted to get it out yesterday, but just time didn't work out in terms of really getting down, getting my thoughts all together and doing it properly. But as you guys can see, this is my recap of WOTY, the Woman of the Year panel. Shout out to all the ladies involved on the panel. As someone that, was a Cody panelist myself, I just know that stuff is not easy, man. We put in a lot of work, really watching more battles than anyone in the culture to give a definitive, go down every single year, all the details, what rounds are really debatable, what rounds are really clear, and just give a clear, concise list. As per usual, though, there's always a lot of backlash with any list in general, because battle rap has been so non-organized for so long in terms of the hierarchy and stuff, that when you do see definitive, like someone was a best of the year, who's determining that? You got talent being like, well, these guys don't rap or this and that. Why are they determining that? And there's really a bunch of emotions that I think are all understandable across the board. You have battlers who are really committed to their work and want it to be recognized, their hard work. You have panelists who have also worked hard and want people to not just act like they're stupid for what they've done after the hours and months of work they've put in to try to give their best opportunity at this. Then you have fans who are just seeing these rankings and they're supposed to be fans and create dialogue and chaos. So a lot of the chaos is really necessary. I don't want people getting too down on it. Yeah, there's some nastiness. Some people end up snapping at each other a little bit beyond the game, and you just hate to see that. That's just personalities colliding. But overall, it's healthy that people might be outraged, but they're outraged about battle rap. They're not outraged about any scandals, any ridiculousness. We are talking about battles and resumes. And at the end of the day, that's what we should be talking about. So I'm going to do it. Shout out to 3 Letterman, Shout out to the OG. The way that I know that he goes over a lot of these lists, I'm just going to start from 15, and I'm going to say which places I like, and just work all the way up to 1. And without further ado, let's just start right from the bottom of the list. So, starting at number 15, you have Chirac. I like this. I'm not mad at Chirac at being at 15. I could say Miss Miami definitely could have taken that slot, with the 3-rounders. Thought she did good versus Suge, and we know the way that she got left off the list in the manner, if you watch the panel, was a little crazy. But Chirac didn't put in tons of work. I remember she is the 40 battle above everything. That was really, I believe she won the second round of that battle, very clear, even though she did go on to lose, and overall had a good resume, was in the tournament. So that was one of those workhorse awards. Not mad at that. I'm cool with her at 15. At 14, we have First Lady Flames. A couple people I talked to who I really respect their opinion on in battle rap, thought that she might have been a little bit lowballed. Clear win over Jack, and a clear win over my verse, where the material I thought was really good. You look at those top 2 peaks, it's kind of a really good top 2 to go with. I will say, though, a point that was made on the panel, even though the 1-rounders and 2-on-2s, as are on any panel, are hard to score because no one really listens to each other when they're giving answers. I think most people, they rank the battles, but they just rank them as a fraction of what you would rank a 1v1 3-rounder, a third of it. Every once in a while, there is an outliner, like a 2-on-2, like a Av and Fonz versus Shine and Lou or something like that, right? That breaks the barrier and gets more credit. But it's people just pretend not to hear that. They got to get agendas across. That's why it's so hard to debate with so many people. But for me, I'm one of those people that believes her 2-on-2s weren't that good. I thought Low, shout out Big Low, New Era Podcast, made a really good point up there where it's just, she really harped on the Jack Boy messing up 3 of her battles, which is funny, but 2 of those 2-on-2s just aren't good. So I do understand when you take that into account, my verse, the competition she may have been. I think her First Lady Flames is probably a top 10, maybe a top 7 best woman in battle rap to me. But in terms of just 2022, I'm not mad at it, and she lost the caution 1-rounder. So I'm cool with her at 14. 13, Cheddar. She had the upset on E-Heart and a judge win, even though I really thought E-Heart kind of got yanked in that battle. But it was a good look for her, pretty much everything. The tournament overall was a plus look for her. Then she got the Myverse loss. So I'm not, I'm not mad at that. E-Heart win carries her, but I'll put her, 13, Cheddar is solid. 12 for Official. So Official was giving a lot of people kind of pushback. I'm not mad at Official at 12, really. I think that the Casey battle was definitely a good look, and then the 2-on-2 was Battle of the Year, right? Voted Battle of the Year. So there is the pluses, but just because she got DNA, and she does have DNA and Av on her resume, but just because you have something on your resume doesn't make it good. Those aren't good battles. You know what I'm saying? I have her clearly losing both battles. The Av battle is just disgusting, which is really out of her hands. I don't want to put too much on her for that, but it's just the reality of the situation. Disgusting for Av, too. And then I thought that she lost to DNA, and that was not... Well, I'm not going to say it's a snooze fest at all, because I think it was a little slept on in the building, underappreciated, but it wasn't the craziest battle at the end of the day. I thought DNA cleared her, had a pretty powerful first, and overall, the rest of that battle, it really isn't that crazy. So for all those reasons, I think officially at 12. She could have went above Bonnie. Bonnie's at 11. I did think Bonnie's battle with Caution was like really, really good. The first one was really, really good. And she beat Robin Rines. People don't want to give her credit, you know what I'm saying? But it was a good look on Straight to It. But that's, she got the loss as well to Caution on the other side, while officials got the nasty battles with DNA and Av. So anywhere on that 11 and 12, I'm really not mad at flipping that around. Then you get into the top 10, and at number 10, who do we see? We see Shuni the Rapper. This is the one. Shuni make being a 10 is pretty egregious, you know what I'm saying? And it's kind of funny because I've been kind of beating the drum towards the end of the year. I did not see Shuni being the shoo-in for number 3. We'll get to number 3 in a minute. Actually, I actually might have predicted that one right, you know what I'm saying? But I did think that Shuni, overall, she did have the chokes, right? A lot of inconsistencies. And then she was great versus Fonz. I think that there is, she does get credit for that, and there will be, it's more of a plus than a minus, but I did think she lost clear to Fonz, and then she lost the head ice clear, right? She dealt with a lot of turbulence in that. I know the build and reset, that was just weird. She lost the head ice. She did beat Miss Miami, which was a good win. Has a lot of good one-rounder work in there. Also on the winning side of the Battle of the Year. So here's the thing. She had the chokes and losses, so I was cool with her dropping. But I thought, as I think Shuni said, she would have dropped as low as 6. She said in the spaces and still kind of understood it. I think Shuni actually really handled the situation good because 10 is just not where she should be. I think, shout out to Low again and some of the other panelists, Tai. I know that they said, Shuni, we that just didn't get that right. And a lot of times, man, I love that we can do that. I'll tell you what, as someone that was on the Cody panel, I still stand by the points I made about Swamp, right? About the chokes and why he had to drop. I didn't see him dropping all the way to 6. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we were that many spots off, but I was kind of shocked he dropped that low. I love that the WOTY panel can turn around and kind of just be like, listen, we didn't get, she might have dropped lower than people thought. We might have not debated that one through because at the end of the day, I think Shuni, a lot of people had her top 5. A lot of people had her at 3. I think she really would have been good at the 4 or 5 spot personally. Then just to see that all the way to 10, you know what I'm saying? 6 at the lowest. But, it's definitely a mess up. It's definitely the thing of the panel that everyone's going to talk about all over the place. But I will say shout out to them for having some accountability about it. But there's just no excuse for having Shuni the Rapper at 10. It doesn't make any sense. From there, you get Prestavia at 9. I thought she could have been a little higher. I thought Prestavia had a really good start to the year. She did have the J2 loss, she lost to Fonz. She really lost to J2, which was a bad look. She was supposed to win that battle, in my opinion. Heavy favorite going into it. And then from there, she's a child and stuff, no, she didn't have a child. She had Bags of Bodies, which she took a break for. So, and she did have a child recently, though. Congratulations again. So for all those reasons, you know what I'm saying, I understand her falling to 9. What I don't get is Yoshi being above her. I do think that Yoshi's good. I think in 2021, Yoshi definitely should have made the list. They kind of got petty, her saying, don't count me. So they really think, you got to put her on the list. And I think this might be just a bit of an overcorrection. I just don't think her 2022 had that many peaks. I thought she did body Cocoa Cakes for whatever that's worth. You know what I'm saying? Her material was good, but it is Cocoa Cakes. And her and Don Lady is a good debatable. That can go either way. I was in the building for her and Farrah. I thought she lost to Farrah. I believe that she admitted to losing to Farrah, so I don't not really understand that one. Chokes in the third of that battle. She lost to Prestavia. I don't know where that got debatable. I do think the second's debatable. I think her second is good, but I think she looks like just unconfident, uncomfortable the entire battle. I think she got smoked in the first round. I thought she got cleared in the third round. Her third is the one where she's doing comedy and just giggling. It's very awkward. The Clips battle is just Smokesville. For all those reasons, you know what I'm saying? I thought that was too many losses. I think she definitely still would have made the list. I just think 3 or 4 placements a little bit lower. But yeah, Yoshi at 8. Shout out to her for making the list. I don't think she's that far off of her spot, but I think her 8 was a little bit crazy. And then as for the last 7 spots, you have Caution at 7. Solid, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, a few of these I don't got too much to say about. I just think that they're solid placements. What she did in the tourney work, battle with her and Bonnie, like I said, was good. At number 6, you got Vixen. Now this one, Vixen, and then you got 40 bars at 5. So 40 at 5 and Vixen at 6. Both that I thought were a little higher than I expected. Vixen, you know what I'm saying? For me, I think that even though the her and Rock battle was really good, I had her kind of clearly losing to Rock. And then obviously she lost to Jazz, and her and Hustle is debatable. Now I personally got her edge in Hustle, but I kind of expected people to have her 0-3 up there on the panel. And it's if you don't got her winning a battle, how's she number 6? But Vixen has heavy impact, always is good. You know what I'm saying? It's not it's egregious that she's up here, but I did think that she was a little high. And then as for 40, the will battle, I actually had her winning, you know what I'm saying? Really, really good battle, and I think that's really the big piece her year's built around, as well as the body versus QB. You take those two pieces, and that she beat Chirac, who didn't make the list, right? So that's 3 good wins. You can look at the Fonz. You know, Fonz isn't good, right? She gets cleared out in the one rounder versus Fonz. She gets destroyed by C3, which would have been a bigger deal to me if C3 didn't get the credit for it, you know what I'm saying? So it would have been different if, like, 40 was above C3 or something like that. That would be, like, mind-boggling to me. But, you know, probably could have taxed her a little for that. The coffee situation, I'll never forget. You know what I'm saying? Looked pretty open duck to me, you know what I'm saying? But I understand then that it could get into messiness on the panel. That's something you really want to discuss too much is, like, off battle rap things. This is about battle rap, so completely understand why they didn't really, like, hone in on that too much. And for all those reasons, you know what I'm saying, 40 did have a good year, good material. It's not crazy for her to be a 5, you know what I'm saying? The more I thought about it, the less crazy it was to me. But I thought her and Vixen could have been a couple spots down. And then you get to the top 4, Casey at 4. I love that she got credit for her Verb and Arsenal performance because she specifically was great in those battles, even if people want to say the battles are, like, not as wild. I know her and Verb had, like, the least reactions in the app from that event. That's a lot to do with Verb kind of, like, not being good in the battle. But Casey was great. And even the official battle, which I had her losing, she was obviously injured. She was even good in that. So I'm cool with her at 4, man. Always dominant on those WOTY rankings. C3 at 3. Very, very happy about that one. I didn't know she'd get her credit. Had the matchup with JC. She was pretty solid, even though I had her losing. And then the tourney, she was going crazy. The 40 bars, body really above anything. Now, maybe is this looking forward because she won the tourney against Caution? They're kind of counting it backwards. Maybe it is, but you know what? To me, I think C3's material is always there. I think, like I said, the 40, in terms of, like, bodying 40 bars, is not just some shit that it's not easy to do in, like, a marquee matchup like this. And she was great. Her material was great within that. So I was really, really happy about that. And as for 1 and 2, same 1 and 2 that I had, a lot of you guys had. I had a Jazz at 1 and Hustle at 2. Do think they could have given a little bit more time. And it's not about that it would be a debate because it's unanimous, right? But it's about, you know, because I was there when we did 1 and 2 for the Cody and how it went right into votes. But there needs to be dialogue for productional reasons, bro, for the Miss Hustle fans to just sit there and be like, this is her moment. They're talking about her year here for like 5 or 10 minutes. If you're number 2 on the list, you should get that little 5 or 10 minute tribute. You feel what I'm saying? It's just kind of like, it's honorary in a sense. A lot of people think there was an argument for Hustle. My thing is, the real deciding factor, I know that I heard Hustle debate not his impact, and there just wasn't anyone more impactful than Jazz, which I don't think should always dominate it, but I know that was the part Hustle had specifically talked about. Then you can get the strength of schedule. It is a little closer than people give her credit for, but Jazz as a performer was outstanding. Jazz's material, outstanding. Jazz's impact and moments, outstanding. Consistency, outstanding. She swept the awards, round of the year, battle of the year, body of the year, battle of... everything, man. So yeah, congrats to Jazz the Rapper on her WOTY win. I was able to actually, part of Let's Talk Battle Rap staff was able to do a piece directly on her win, going over her year. I will link it in the description below. Jazz shouted it out, so shout out to you again. Overall, though, love the panel, love the dialogue, and I really respect all of the ladies up there, even if you think they got some things wrong, right? As we talked about earlier, my 2 biggest complaints, me personally, is Yoshi's placement and Shuni's placement. I think Yoshi was too high. I think Shuni was too low. Not to say that either weren't good, but that's just how I feel walking away from it, right? But that's just dialogue starters. At the end of the day, I think 1 through 3 is good. I think they got the names all right up here, albeit, 6 to 12 people have their complaints about how they could shift and reshift things around, but that's the fun of the list, man. Obviously, the panels get better as the years go on. People get more organized. People know how to prepare better. Things get switched around a little bit. It's not up to me to talk about that. I still respect anyone that puts in the hours and work to go up there because I know it's not easy, whether people think you did a good job or a bad job. So shout out to all 7 of the ladies that were on the panel. That's Lo, Nikki. Shout out Cece and Ty LTBR. So proud of the girls up there and them repping the brand the way they did. Shout out Rita as the coordinator. Winged. All the way around, man, just a great, great panel. Hurricane Do as well, controversial figure up there, but shout out to everybody who put in the work. Shout out to all the ladies who made this list in general, and shout out Jazz the Rapper for a great historic year into one of the most legendary careers in battle rap history. But it's been J Small Reviews again, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know the thing you love most about WOTY, what you felt the most about WOTY in either direction, your biggest take, and I'm going to catch you on the next one, man. Peace.